Got none.
This meeting is being live streamed. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our live AMA. My name is Stacey Ho, the project lead of MOONTOKEN, the CEO of LearnFi, and on the call, I have our COO Lawrence with us. Hey, Lawrence.
Hello, guys.
And I also have our two advisors, Lee and Bernard. Thanks, guys, for being with us today. So we are live, and what happened recently is that on May 31st, we announced the community our project of LearnFi, and we've got good feedback and people have been asking questions. So if you happen to be live, just please feel free to answer your questions. And if not, I do have a list of Telegram. We've been collecting questions to answer, so I'll be asking those. But the first question to ask is, how are you guys doing today? You guys, how are you guys doing?
You mean us?
Yes.
Superb.
All good. All good.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I
the
learned.
moon.
Yeah. I mean, I learned this thing from my mentor. Always ask how people are doing it.
Yeah, we're with our chief happiness officer. What we're talking about.
Okay. All right. So, okay, let's do it. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay, before we start, I need to send this link to the community. That's what's taking people not answering. Let me do that. Okay. Intermission. I'll just. You guys can play your video filters while I share this video.
Video filters are dangerous.
Yeah, I have to multitask, so I have to send this video to link to Mark.
This is the LearnFi.
Okay, there you go.
Effect.
Sending. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just checking YouTube. We've got 6 people, I think, have joined us so far.
Okay, perfect. I have my Telegram and my iPad, like multitasking. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, good. So cool. All right. All right, questions. Okay, questions running in. Okay, I might have to be the one answering most of these questions first, if you guys don't mind. If you don't mind at all. Okay, my first question is asked by Never Ever Always Me. Okay, will you guys be transferring liquidity from MOONTOKEN to LearnFi? So perhaps before I answer the questions, maybe I could give like a background of what's going on, just to recap. So in end of October or November last year, we voted for a new contract. And when we did that, we went into the mechanics of things. And because MOONTOKEN, our original contract, as we had like a 1-hour class from Bernard, showed us about smart contracts, our contract was really safe and it was locked. So what would happen is that when we make a new contract, whatever that new contract be, we would have to have our MOONTOKEN holders swap, because we have no access to the liquidity in that liquidity pool. And then we came to a situation of the crypto market, or the temperature or the surroundings of the cryptocurrency market or this industry is we phase out of the meme industry. People are looking for projects with meaning, with value. And so instead of just making MOONTOKEN version 2 and then us being a meme token where we can have control of our tokens in a way, we still have the issue, as you mentioned before, Lee, right? We still have an issue of marketing budget.
Exactly.
Yeah, could you speak a bit about that, of like, how would we be able to function if we're still a meme token and not a project?
Well, the issue obviously is that we go into a heavily condensed marketplace where there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of people fighting for investment dollars. So when you're in that kind of situation, the amount that you have to invest gets exponentialized, just so that you can get heard. So, part of our thinking was there is, how do we stand out? Second to that, one of the issues is obviously with what happened to MOONTOKEN, there's a lot of history there, and there's quite a lot of negative sentiment that's attached to that. So again, that become another difficulty and a difficult obstacle that we needed to overcome. So that was kind of really where when you yourself, Stacey, and the rest of the team got down to thinking about, look, what could we do that would set us apart from other things that are being offered in the marketplace, give real utility and longevity within the project that would kind of make all the hard work worthwhile. Obviously, with a view to also looking after the current MOONTOKEN holders and hopefully, taking them along with us, with you for the ride. So that's kind of how we got to where we are. I don't know if there's anything more you want to elaborate on that.
No, I think you articulated it very well. That's good. Thank you for that. Okay, I'm going to I think that's a good kind of summary of where we're at, and then I'll just jump into the question. So the question is, will you guys be transferring liquidity from MOONTOKEN to LearnFi? And the answer is yes, because what will happen is we're going to have a swap migration contract, which I will explain right now how it goes. It's like, basically, it's all going to be on smart contract blockchain. We're going to create a DAPP adapt, right? Where MOONTOKEN holders will submit their MOONTOKEN and then the contract will execute. So the details of it, we're still looking at the different options. We're still trying to see what's best of best for MOONTOKEN holders. But just to say, like, MOONTOKEN holders can swap to LearnFi tokens for that. So that is our migration details. Second question is from Ernest. And because one of the things is I really knew that the MOONTOKEN community really had to have something, even though we're working behind the scenes the past 6 months on this LearnFi project, the MOONTOKEN community really wanted to have some information. And we had those like weekly updates that I had to talk to the community every single week. And so what we did is we had a series of Easter eggs, and partially we were giving out information and like different Easter egg drops, like a DAO and so forth and so forth. And what we've come to realize is that there's different learn to earn projects in the market, and we have some fantastic mechanisms that we're going to engage both investors and students and all these wonderful industry disrupting activities or plans we have. But just at this very moment, we want to keep that a bit, how do you say, Lee? We've
just got to keep it close to our chest at the moment, because obviously until we launch, our competitors have still got, a chance to steal a march on us or take some of our ideas and develop them themselves. So we've got all these fantastic things in place that we're dying to tell everybody about. But for the time being, we do need to keep a bit of that information close to us. But certainly prior to going live, prior to launching, prior to the TGE event, there will be a lot more, a lot more information that's readily available for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's not just as straightforward as us having a contract and a master plan. We actually have several different mechanisms that have been well thought out between the team and well debated, and the developers have also looked at them and run their eyes over them, and they're all things that we believe as a team are deliverable.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you want to comment, Lawrence?
No, thank you, Leah. I think that's pretty much spot on.
Okay, awesome. Okay, next question. Is this project going to be involved in NFTs by any chance? The answer is yes. Things where we're going to be having NFT profiles. Emmanuel's joining us. So Emmanuel's joining us from his wonderful country of Ghana, and his internet, sometimes we joke about his internet. He still needs to drill a hole in the wall. So he's going to be on and off, but he's doing his best. Yep. So we're going to be having things like NFT certificates, but also NFT avatars as well. Question. Oh, here's a good question. I'll wait for Emmanuel. Are you there? Oh, Emmanuel. If you're there, Okay. The next question is what should I do with my Moon token now? Emmanuel, pass that question to you. What should I do with my Moon token now? Are you there? Ooh.
There's his answer.
Sorry?
Nothing.
I think he's having problems with connection, probably.
Oh, no, there you
There
go. We can hear you. No, we can't hear you though. We can sign. You can sign language with us. Okay. All right. I will wait for him to come back. There are different questions about the actual swap. Okay. There's questions like this. So what did I miss? We covered that. What to do with new token, and so will Moon token die?
Do you want me to go back to the original question of what to do with my Moon token?
Go ahead. Yes, Lee.
Look, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you're our CEO, but I would say it's up to the individual what they want to do with their Moon token. You know, we're not financial advisors. We can't tell them what to do with that. Obviously, if you're wanting to join LearnFi and want to have your tokens converted, then the answer is hold on to them for now. And then they'll be able to migrate as part of the main migration before the TGE, and there will be a window for Moon token holders to do that. But we have to be very clear that there's a lot of us on this team have been working for free up to this point, and working hard to make this project a reality. But we believe in it, or we wouldn't be here. But we can't tell somebody what to do with their tokens. It's totally up to them.
Yeah. I like it. Good answer. Thank you. And yeah, I wanted to skip and address some points. I've got all of these different chats on, but Dennis in the chat was asking, like, basically, I think we covered it too. It's why is it worth it? I've been reading all these chats. Basically, we came to this perspective, and I'm just going to reiterate it. We came to this perspective of when we create a new contract, for this to be worthwhile, like Lee says, we have to have a meaningful project that is going to be an actual business with an actual value proposition. And when we came into that, and then if we had to do fundraising, for example, the name of Moon Token, when we approached some potential investors in the early like December period, and talking to like some like really big partner, they said, oh, I think you really have to change your name, or you have to really, because of the branding of it. So that's how we kind of spurred into that. And yeah, okay. Emmanuel, you here?
Yeah, can you hear me now, please?
Okay. I'm gonna throw a question. Oh, here, I got it. Was it really necessary to create a new project for the token community? Staying in reality, the community is pretty inactive. Most of the people have just invested a few dollars. Mibu's not happy with that, actually. But anyways, and the majority of people forgot the existence of Moon Token anyway. So the new project LearnFi is going to have no advantage from the Moon Token and its community, as well as the Moon Token hodlers will have absolutely no advantage from LearnFi. How do you see this?
I quite disagree with this argument, because LearnFi is not only for Moon Token. Okay, it's a different project altogether, but we want to carry the Moon Token community for their loyalty, because of our loyalty, and we've been through all this crash and all that. We just want to carry the entire community along. So it's not it doesn't really play here, because it's a LearnFi project with a different market. I mean, more bigger opportunity, more bigger exploration. It's a whole new different thing, but we just want to carry the entire Moon Token community along. So it's not really meant for Moon Token holder. This is not the Moon Token 2.4 that we're just going to rebrand Moon Token and do another thing. It's quite different, innovative project altogether. But just want to carry the entire Moon Token community along. So I don't think I really quite disagree with what you said that wouldn't make that necessary impact because it's just some moon token they rebranded. We're just doing a little bit of painting here and there too. I don't. It will really for what we know now. For those inside what we know now, we see the project has huge potential, and let's wait and see what happens. But it's not a moon token 2.0.
Point. Do you want to add? Does anyone else want to add to that?
I can add a little bit
Yes.
in the, yeah, just in the fact the other thing that people need to remember, like we mentioned about, there are so many other different projects, and people have even mentioned in the chat, why don't I just stick it in something else that's established? There's lots of projects out there, but the people who were initially involved in this are moon token holders. We all went through exactly the same scenario that all of the other holders went through. The team went, everything disappeared. Obviously, Stacey stuck her head up and agreed to take this on, and built this team. But one thing that everyone's aware of is they didn't leave with any money, leave any money for any development. There was no charity wallet. The contract doesn't generate any cash, and although we have been doing it, very few people work for free. So actually, practically, in order to get people to deliver, what we believe are going to be sort of industry leading utilities and get them inspired, then there had to be something more, something more to it to sell it to dev teams. And if we went to a development team and said, well, it's Moon Token 2.0, well, actually, in fairness, Stacey did talk to development teams and actually experienced this. People aren't interested. People aren't going to dedicate their time free of charge or whatever in building something that's just a rehashed version of 1,000 other projects that are out there already in this space. And what Stacey has done is a fantastic job of managing to pull on board some partners. And let's face it, a lot of those people ask that same question, why are you bothered about Moon Token? What's the concern there? And I can say this, as Stacey probably wouldn't, but she's maintained throughout this, no, I was part of this community.
Yes.
I've made promises. I've committed myself to it, and it's important to me that I take the Moon Token community with me, and that we cannot make any guarantees about the future success of this, but what we can say is we're all committed to it, and at all stages, Moon Token holders have always been in Stacey's consideration. I know I talk a little bit too much, but just to go on, there were some other comments as well within the group.
And to add a little to what Lee said, it's not Stacey really did some enormous job on Moon Token. She did everything to revive the entire project. If you were a Moon Token and you're watching, I hope you remember we even set a wallet for donation to revamp the entire project. We created a merchandise website. We did everything. We exploited every single opportunity that was available to us to resurrect this project. But it is what it is, and we are not the first time. I don't want to mention a lot of different projects in this very chat, but they are crazy project that later the devs saw that the direction that the previous, even for themselves, the direction that they took before was not going to work, so they needed to change the direction. And if you are in this space or this situation, if the contract is not flexible, if the contract is closed, if the contract is renounced, there's nothing definitely you can do. So I think we did our best. Some of us worked voluntarily. All of us, we did our best. But Stacey, I believe she did everything possible she could. Lee opened the shilling chat group. They all did a shilling, and it is what it is. And I'm really excited about the new direction. I can't talk much about it, but when the right time comes, I'm sure we'll be excited about what we're about. It's not a guarantee, just like Lee said, but we can only be excited with this innovative prospect that we have in our hands.
Yeah, because and you know, I have Lawrence and Bernard here as well. And Lawrence has been just like this really good friend throughout this whole process. And I didn't know anything about multi-sig wallet and how to set it up. And he's actually, Lawrence was the one who taught me how to do it. And he shared all his research and everything. So this is the first time you guys are seeing Lawrence because he's part of Learn5 project. But it's one of those things where, and Bernard actually, it was Bernard's company that helped us make the website that everybody was freaking about. Like, we don't have a website in the beginning. Like, Bernard stepped up with his team and they covered it for us. And I still owe Bernard money. So I still owe you and I will pay you back.
Did you? I forgot about it.
I do. I still owe you 5,000 US dollars and I will pay you back out of my own pocket. I promise. Cause like, I've been, and so that website development team that Bernard runs, they did that for us for free. And all of these things, the past almost 11 months, a lot of the things have been cut from all of our combined, like, you know, your network is your net worth or something like that. Just like all these open doors and these resources just really opened up to us. And like, I love what all of us are saying. We really did try, guys. We made a community wallet. Lee was making this shill army. And then after this 1 week of promotion, it was so funny. We raised like less than 600 US dollars, right? And it was one of those things where we just thought like, oh no, we have to really, if we're going to save this community, we have to save it, really save it, like really take it to the next level, really give people a chance if they choose, like you guys said, if you guys choose this new Learn5 project, we're going to be successful. Fine, I might be shooting myself in the foot, but I feel so good about this project.
Yeah.
Lawrence is like, Stacy, but for me, I feel
Calm down, Stacy, calm down.
Sorry.
Yeah. Everyone can see now how Stacey's got us all working our evenings and our spare time. It's her enthusiasm for it all. It's got us all involved.
I feel so good about this project. I feel very, very calm about it too. Like, it's different. I've built different businesses before, but this one I feel it's so steady and it's a really good feeling about it. So I think we've answered. Yeah, so just to share with you guys, people, I talked to my different mentors. Almost everyone on this line here has asked me, Stacy, why are we saving the Moontoken community or something like that? And I'm always like, oh, because it's just like the right thing to do. Because you know what wasn't right? What wasn't right was being rug pulled. Myself included, and my friends, because I was so excited about Moontoken. I was getting all my friends to invest in Moontoken as well last May, right? So it's just not right what happened to us, and I just want to do us right. But it's not all me. I have, like, in our shill message, we have a team of 16 wonderful volunteers. That some of them, they don't want to show their faces. It's okay, I respect that, but it's not just me, guys. I'm like the face of it, but it's really, we've had 16 wonderful volunteers, not only, and to mention like our like Motto from the States, he's just been our mod forever, and then Mark and Ray and just everyone's just been here 100%. So I think on that note, we've covered most of these like Moontoken kind of ish questions, and maybe we just spend the next 5 minutes casting the vision or what we feel really good about Learn5. How about that? Or did you want to add something?
Can I answer one more thing that's come up? And that's the question of trust. And I looked at some of the chat on the Moontoken community that's come up. Now, look, I was an investor in Moontoken, but at the time, if you remember, when we all put our money in, we gave it to a guy in a ski mask with his face covered over with a totally anonymous name who appeared. When you actually talk it back to yourself, you actually, I feel silly. I actually feel silly. There were AMAs with a guy in a ski mask, like a bank robber, and we went and threw money into that project and thought, yeah, we'll believe this guy. And
Funny when you say it.
I'm not making this up, am I? I'm not making this up.
No, you're not, but it's a funny reality, actually.
Sorry, I've lost it. The fact
It's
of
a
the
funny
matter
reality.
is, here we go. We've got him, Bernard. It was you.
It was
Give me your money. Let me take all your money.
you. that guy, because I remember watching that AMA. Did he like mask his voice or something?
Yeah, but it's all sorts of weird stuff was going on. But the fact is, look, and you know, I'm an advisor to the project. I do have another full-time job, as a number of people who are on here. But we've been giving our time, you know, for free to this point. Of course, we're trying to build something for the future as an ongoing business, a proper business out of this. But within Stacey's kind of profile and presentations that she's put together, that her and Lawrence are working on, the people involved are real people. It's a real team. I haven't even got a background up. You're in my you're in my home office dining room, so I've got to be very careful. I'm like the most doxed out there.
Yeah, we have our
we can't promise, we can't promise the future success of it. We can just say that the people involved are going to give it their best shot, and we believe in it, or we wouldn't be here. That's the best we can offer, Yeah.
I wanted to give a different perspective. It's not only what we are doing for the Moon token holders, it's what the Moon token holders mean to us. Because we have a number of people who believed in something in the first place. Of course, it was a very, very novel, contract. It's a very creative contract, to begin with. But, we figure out that, the reason why we are here is because we believe that something's going to change the future. And it is what money cannot buy. I was telling everyone about intangible values. It's like, in the beginning, I've said it before, but in the beginning, there's a barter system, right? We trade, like dead animals for fur, for somebody who can stitch for us. And of course, I weren't there to witness.
Yeah, give it away your age.
Yeah. I look younger than I do. But jokes aside, now we are in the modern economy, where we have fintech, we have a lot of things that we can do, and with what we are doing right now, it's open up, everything, which I'm gonna hold the thunder, until we unveil the LearnFi thing, because what we're doing is really pioneering, and it allows people to be able to exchange values without money, and that covers a lot, well, for example, our credibility, our enthusiasm, our smile, our energy, our influence, everything that we do has a value, is not measurable, but we're gonna make that usable. And we can exchange for something that has a lot better value to us than what we can give. And the interesting thing is that it works multiple ways. So, what we have in abundance, we give out, and then we take back what we need. And if it's an ecosystem, then it's a win-win situation for everybody. Nobody loses. And with that, it's so amazing that, it's so rare that there is a bunch of people, us in particularly, who believed in something, although however intangible it is what made up of us. And this little spark that we have in here, we hope to use all the energy together to help us to create something incredible.
Yeah.
Excellently put.
Mic drop. Thank you for attending. Thank you for attending this AMA with this. That's such a good way to end the note, I think. Yeah, thank you, Bernard. That's awesome. I think just someone is typing a question, maybe just wait, elevator music. No, I think we've covered all of the questions, and we've cast the vision or what we feel about LearnFi. You guys saw the 10-minute video yesterday, what we were sharing, but basically it's learn to earn. And maybe I can share with you, like, remember Moontoken community, we had the Axie Infinity guys come for a 1-hour talk with us, and you could see the replay in our YouTube channel, right? And one of the things that Jonathan was sharing was that in Philippines, it was changing lives. You had, like, there was a 9-year-old boy who's earning $5 a day, like playing Axie Infinity for 2 hours. And me as an educator, I was thinking to myself, like, oh, but imagine if he was learning something and then he can earn, and how we can have that model. And the amazing thing was that learnfi.io was available, and we got the domain name. So that was really cool. And I think we just started from there. And then also Emmanuel has been doing really great things in Ghana and talking to different partnerships, giving courses, and he has a community of, I think, 470 people who learn from blockchain from him. So Emmanuel, did you want to talk about the blockchain education push you're doing?
Yeah, so it's called the Ghana block, or Ghana blockchain. What we're trying to do is to help people build career on Web3. Those developers, marketers, people from different career background, to build their career around the Web3 business. You know, Web3 has now come to stay. It's now part of us, just like the internet, just like email, just like any other thing that we never thought it would be part of our lives. Okay, so Web3 has come to stay, and I feel it's only right that, especially in Africa, what we face is that those innovative technologies, we will mostly lag behind. Most of the times it will just be so many years before we can get fully involved. So I thought it's possible, or it's important that thanks to Stacey, she encouraged me to start that. What we do is I go to universities, I go to different schools. We are also trying to create partnership. There is a museum which is yet to open in Ghana, the biggest museum in Africa. We are trying to also partner with them to educate. They are going to build metaverse and the museum, all right? So what we're also trying to do is to partner with them and educate people about blockchain and Web3 in general. Anything that revolves around the Web3 economy, try to give people the education so that they can also be part, build career on it, build some kind of living on it. And yeah, so basically that's what we're trying to do. And the results and the responses, I mean, it's mind-blowing. I remember going to our university in Ghana, and I had all the lectures for the first time, according to the Petron said, for the first time. They've never had a situation where all the lectures we stayed through till the end of a seminar, right? But this time it was quite new. I talked about NFT. It was something new to them. It's like, whoa. And I was talking to art lectures, all right? I spoke about the art revolution, and they were after they came to me, were asking, I have this art with me, I've had this art about 20 years, about 15 years, can you help me to maintain it? So the education really needs to get out there. We have people there who want to create. So I'm very excited about LearnFi, because it's only going to enhance what we are doing and help us reach bigger audience.
Yeah, amen. Thank you. One of the things is like really inspiring. We met, please check it out. It's called the Pan-African Heritage Museum. And it's really meaningful because basically it's gathering all of these different African culture across continent, but also, like Emmanuel and I were talking, there are museums in Europe that have African history and artifacts. So they're trying to get it back. And the founder is the CEO. We actually have a call with him tomorrow. It's exciting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he was saying, like, you know, the benefit of setting up this museum in Accra, and a new museum in 2023, they're building it right now, is that they have the advantage over the British Museum, for example, because they're starting today, so they can build a metaverse, they can build NFTs in their artwork. And so that's something that I'm just like dropping some other Easter eggs of possibilities of the level that we're playing at LearnFi, right? So
just to link that in to what we're doing with LearnFi is obviously Stacey has a vision, which I'm sure you're going to elaborate on. But, you know, the whole project here was born out of trying to do the right thing. You know, that's kind of how we got to where we are. And as Bernard mentioned, these shared values that we've got about, you know, giving back, not just taking out, is something that flows through the whole LearnFi model. The mechanisms and the details we can't talk about in too much detail, but essentially there is a huge element of the LearnFi project is about how we can actually do the right things, educate people and help others. And with that, I'll let you go into the vision, shall I, Stacey?
Oh yeah, okay, thank you. So thank you very much. So the vision is, we were thinking about, right now the statistic is 40% of the blockchain development jobs are getting sourced from the US, and also the demand is from the US. And when we're sitting and we're thinking about that, is that we know this Web3 train is going forward full speed ahead. We just want to make sure that people don't miss the train. They can get on the train. And accessible education, making blockchain education accessible, making coding accessible, making metaverse training education accessible is something that we're really passionate about. So we're focusing really on the developing markets. Right, so that's what we're fueling. It's a lot about education access. And then one of the things that if you look back at our video, we were sharing. Actually, I could do that right now. I can do that right now. One of these things, right, was that there is so much different possible courses online. You can go on Dapper University and get a free YouTube course, for example. You could pay something for $50 in Udemy, or you can go to MIT course for $3,000 US. And there's all this different range of quality. And for the, you know, I'm really blessed. I got sponsored by my family member to take the MIT course. I'm so grateful for that. And then I'm starting that on June 29th, but that cost upwards of $3,000 US. I grew up in Thailand. That's 100,000 Thai baht, which is easily 2 years of university tuition fee in a private university. If you went to a local university, publicly funded university in Thailand, where the fees are around 9,000 baht, it's like 10 times more expensive instead of 4 years, but for a 6-week course. So all of these different things, and I don't know, Bernard, you can maybe talk about it too, for developers, like access to this education. There's 2 aspects. Bernard, maybe you can shed some light because you're so smart. You have like 17 languages in this, but it's kind of like, not only is it about the learning costs, making it accessible, but the speed at which these students get the information is important, right?
And also the accuracy and the updatedness. I give one example. It's just like we know that like Solidity is based on like JavaScript, and so many other like different platforms, especially a framework for doing web development. Like one that I'm really fond of. I'm going to go a little bit technical here, but I want to give a real life example. It's like AngularJS. It rewrote like one of Google's components. With 90% less code. So the guy who wrote it was wonderful, but that of course it was so good that it rapidly became version 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. And there are a lot of examples out there, but by the time that we Google search the example and we run it, it's already way outdated. Another one is actually one of our really strategic partners in LearnFi, who wants to learn 3D programming. Right, so there was another JavaScript framework called 3.js. Well, we're not even talking about smart contracts in here, because we know that in addition to smart contracts, we are now interested in metaverse and all kind of stuff. And metaverse, one of the ways to do metaverse is exactly with JavaScript on a browser, so you can have your 3D world running in any computer 10 years old without even having to install a piece of program. So that 3.js that was superb and awesome, and I introduced it to this partner who loved it, but he's trying to run all these samples in here. He said, "No, it doesn't work." I said, "Oh, what's the date of that JavaScript example?" Oh, it's like nearly about 6 months ago, but it is already out of date. So it's number one is it's not about availability of information, because information is available everywhere, but it's the updating it, because the world, especially the crypto world and the metaverse world, is going on so fast that it is very difficult to not have majority of outdated information out there. And that's actually when you come in, is that if somebody who has done it before, and if that person even asked you, say a few words, hey, this is out of date, it's going to save you 2 hours, right? So what does it cost for the guy, like me, who's going to say, okay, your example is out of date, I like nothing. But, would I charge you for it? No. But would you be able to give me something for it that, I would find it useful, that doesn't cost you a thing, like what I just gave you? Yes. So that's the spirit.
Yeah, that's the spirit, right? And one of the things is like Lee said, we all want to do the right thing. So this is we saw that there was a problem in the market, in the market of access to education, and also we saw the opportunity that the demand for developers are increasing, right? So our goal is that we're going to help 1 million students graduate, and then help them launch 1 million careers, and then that will impact 1 million families in the developing world. And I always grew up with stories, and also myself in my own family, it's like the son goes to university, gets a good job, and that will pay for the tuition fees of his sister, right? And it's just one of those things where you empower someone with the skills to learn. You teach someone how to fish, you give them a career door to do that, and that can also bless their families too. So there's a lot of heart to this project, which I'm really passionate about. So I think that is our vision of this project, and we've just been really blessed with lots of open doors. And yeah, so thank you. That is my vision. So I just reading some comments out loud here. Isidro, I hope I pronounced that correctly. He says, I've been holding over for a year now. Happy to see new changes for the project. Jamie's laughing probably at Lee's joke about the ski mask. That was so funny. And then Isidro says, I like this idea of LearnFi. I'm going to share this with my kids as well. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, so good. Really great, really great. Okay, so let's wrap it up there. Do you want any last 30-second or 1-minute comments from anyone? Closing. Okay, good, we're good. Okay, so thank you, everyone. This is going to be our, yes. No, okay, one, for me, I want to share that I've loved giving our weekly updates, and we've been doing that for 36 weeks, or I just have so many videos on that list, but we're going to be stopping our weekly updates, and we'll do our monthly AMAs for LearnFi moving forward. And yeah, if you have any questions, just drop them in the MoonToken community, and we'll summarize our notes here and share it with you all later. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and thank you.